She's gone. Marge Simpson, the blue-haired angel of 742 Evergreen Terrace, has finally made her last disapproving groan. She's sleeping with the three-eyed fishes. She's cashed in her chips from Mr. Burns' casino. After 36 years, the woman who held it all together has come apart. The internet exploded, the headlines were written. A piece of your childhood is dead. Okay, put down the pitchforks and the torches. Before you start weeping into your death, let's get one thing straight. If you actually watched the season 36 finale is Stranger Things, you know Marge's passing happens in a flash forward. And if you haven't been watching, well, you've been missing one of the best runs the show has had in years. We saw the uproar. It mostly came from people who gave up on us long ago, who only read the headlines without context. But here's the truth. Killing Marge in the future wasn't a desperate gimmick. It was a statement. It was the exclamation point on a creative resurgence that proves, as we push towards season 40, there is still plenty of life left in this series. The cynics out there probably called it a cheap ratings grab, and if it was, you have to admit, it worked pretty well. But Marge's death isn't an isolated incident. It's just the latest, boldest piece in a puzzle we've been building for the last few seasons, a puzzle designed to challenge the status quo. Interestingly, this new era has been marked by a couple of other significant deaths. First, there was Larry the Barfly. In season 35's Cremains of the Day, Larry died, and unlike almost everything else in Springfield's liquid canon, he stayed dead. The whole episode revolved around Homer and the guys grappling with the fact that they never knew a man they sat with for decades. It was a big headline, but more importantly, it was an emotional story with permanent stakes. It showed we were willing to make things count. Then, just to mess with you, we went in the exact opposite direction. In season 36, a sibling squabble in the future convinces Kang and Kodos that humanity is too petty to live. So, they blow up the Earth. It's a total throwaway gag. It's dark, it's cynical, and it has no bearing on the next episode. It's a throwback to the sarcastic, biting humor of our earliest years. One death is permanent and meaningful, another is a cosmic joke. That's the freedom we're playing with now. This refusal to play it safe extends beyond life and death. We're revisiting our most iconic formats and giving them a fresh spin. For years, our Treehouse of Horror episodes have been fun spoofs, but we decided it was time to get genuinely spooky again. The Fall of the House of Monty was our most unsettling segment since we first adapted The Raven. It was a return to pure horror, proving the format could still send a shiver down your spine. We're also digging deeper into our own history. We've brought back the Pen Pals. We've found new ways for Sideshow Bob to meet his old nemesis, the Rake. But it's not just about callbacks. We brought back Mona Simpson in a vision to reveal she's in hell, a dark joke that also hints at Homer's deep, unresolved trauma. But the boldest move of all, the one that changes everything, came from the quietest member of the family. That's right, Maggie spoke. Not a one-off line voiced by Elizabeth Taylor, but a real, legible word. And notice Homer's reaction. He doesn't even flinch. It's treated as if it's the most natural thing in the world, like she's been talking all along. This is a game changer. It's a signal that no character trait, no matter how long-standing, is off limits. which brings us full circle back to Marge. Her death in a flash forward isn't a betrayal of the show, it's the ultimate expression of our new philosophy. Anything goes. For years, there was a feeling that we had to protect the legacy, to not stray too far from the formula. But that safety net started to feel more like a cage. The best way to honor the legacy of The Simpsons is to return to the wild anything-can-happen energy of the early seasons. Our famously fluid continuity isn't a bug, it's a feature. It's our get-out-of-jail-free card. It lets us tell any story we want. And those flash-forward episodes, they have always been our what-if sandbox. They are glimpses of possible futures, not prophecies set in stone. So for everyone up in arms over Marge, we say, chill. Take a deep breath, and maybe, just maybe, tune in again. What you'll find is a show that isn't afraid to be emotional, to be cynical, to be scary, to subvert its own gags, and yes, to explore a future without its matriarch. The willingness to take those risks is what proves this show is more alive than ever. We've been renewed through season 40, and we have no intention of playing it safe. The Simpsons has earned your respect all over again.